C'est bizarre ça que j'ai pas le droit de... J'ai pas le droit de faire exploser un missile sur la gueule du président. Franchement, pas cool quoi. On me laisse même pas faire ce que je veux. Nul. Alors attention ici. C'est quoi ça? Non, c'est des munitions de Nikita, je m'en fous pour l'instant. Ça c'est des chafs je crois. Hop. Alors, il faut que je récupère un lance-missile Nikita pour pouvoir faire le reste de ma mission. Nous allons donc voir au niveau -1 ce qui peut se passer. Mais je rappelle qu'au niveau -1, il y a un petit souci. Il y a une petite bombe qui a explosé pas loin. Ce qui fait que le niveau -1 est un peu inondé. Un peu. Oui, nager. Oui, nager. Oui, c'est bien, nager. Je sais nager, c'est comme ça. Hop. Alors, juste faire attention, parce que pour des raisons qui me sont inconnues, il y a des mines au beau milieu des bureaux du niveau -1. Ce qui fait que, bon, des fois, tu fais boum. Voilà, ça arrive. Non, les night vision c'est pas pour ici. Non, en fait je mets rien, c'est chiant. Le Nikita, donc là, ça c'est des petites poches d'air qui nous permettent de respirer. Voilà, une mine. Pourquoi? Pourquoi une mine? Pourquoi ici? Oui, j'ai récupéré une Nikita, super, je me casse. Pourquoi une mine dans les bureaux? Pourquoi? Est-ce que quelqu'un peut m'expliquer? Non, il n'y a rien ici. Ok, on rentre. Regardez-moi cette petite nage tel un dauphin. Si elle est pas stylée. Gloub, 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 gloub. Petite nage en dauphin. Quelqu'un qui n'apprécie pas son patron, effectivement. Si tu commences à poser des mines marines au beau milieu de ton bureau, c'est vraiment que t'aimes pas quelqu'un et que t'as anticipé que ça allait être inondé. Ça commence à faire beaucoup. Il faut le dire. Nous avons donc récupéré le Nikita. Nikita ici, présent. Voilà, gros lance-missile. Pour le chemin, attendez que je dise pas de conneries. Il me semble que... Et... Ah putain, c'est vrai, ils sont renforcés ces connards. J'avais oublié. Il y a un seul moyen de les baiser. Hop. Voilà. Au moins, c'est carré. Ouais. Après, t'as quand même un petit timing. Hein. Quand tu connais pas les lieux, ça peut aller vite hein, la respiration. Hop, le président. Voilà. J'ai pas eu le temps de le dire. Mais le président est un connard. Donc, quand il voit un missile foncer dans sa pièce, bah des fois il bouge et il fonce dessus et il fait tout exploser. Voilà. Mais détruis-moi ça, bordel de main. Voilà. merci Monsieur le Président. C'était génial. Donc je vais faire attention, hein, parce que ce con... Voilà, vous voyez, hein, vous voyez ce gros truc à gauche là? Ça c'est ce que je dois faire exploser. Sauf que cet abruti, il s'est mis à côté. Donc je peux pas le faire exploser. Putain. Vas-y, casse-toi. Voilà. Oui, non. No. Putain. Et le mec il se met au seul endroit qui est pas utile. Mais qu'est-ce que vous faites? Mais j'attends que tu te barres. Espèce de con. C'est bon, ça devrait le faire. Voilà. Allons dire bonjour à Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président. Hop là.
President Johnson.
Huh? So you're finally here.
You've been expecting me?
Your equipment, that skull suit isn't exactly standard military issue.
Are you all right, sir?
Is this some kind of sick joke? I thought you came to kill me.
What?
I'm prepared to face the consequences of my betrayal.
What are you... What the...
You're a man? Well, who are you?
Foxhound, sir.
Foxhound? I see.
Il m'a touché le kiki.
Now things are starting to make a little sense.
Faut m'expliquer hein, parce que moi j'y vois plus rien. Je me mets à votre place hein, là.
Switch over to nano communication so nobody can listen in.
Yes, sir. Do you read me, sir?
Yes.
Mr. President, it's my understanding that the terrorists have managed to input the code sequence necessary for launching a nuclear strike.
That's correct. I punched the sequence in myself.
You're working for them?
If you asked me 2 hours ago, my answer would have been yes. Right now, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way. I wanted power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
What?
I don't have any control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
The Patriots?
The truth behind this country. I'm not surprised you've never heard of them. Very few are aware of their existence,
Conspiration.
even among those with code word clearance.
Huh?
Politics, the military, the economy, they control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country.
No.
Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense programs. Every policy that's been credited to me was actually done according to their instructions.
Space defense was initiated by Congress.
That's what the Patriots want the country to believe. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks. Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government?
No.
This country is shaped and controlled as the Patriots see fit. The people are shown what they
Non,
want
c'est
to
le
believe.
3 qui devait
What you
être
call
le dernier.
government is actually a well-staged production aimed at satisfying the public.
Huh?
Don't look at me like that. I'm legally sane, you know.
Mais le 3 était pas censé être le
That
3.
worries me.
Le 3 était censé être le 4.
The Patriots. Even I don't know who the actual members are. Are they financial, political, or military leaders? No one knows who the Patriots really are. Even my
En fait,
instructions come
techniquement
from
le
the
3
cutout.
était pas censé exister, il devait
All I've
passer
been
directement au
told is that
scénario du
every
4, il me
key
semble.
decision is made by a group of 12 men, known as the Wise Men's Committee.
Et sinon, le touchage de paquets,
Merely puppets, pawns in a game.
c'est pas expliqué clairement, mais c'est inclus que quelqu'un d'autre, j'y viendrai, travaille pour les patriotes,
What do you mean?
et c'est une femme. Donc, là, on est en train de t'expliquer que les patriotes sont ceux qui contrôlent tout, donc techniquement, voilà. Comme lui, il voulait surpasser le jeu des patriotes, c'est pour ça qu'il a lancé le code d'activation. Donc, l'élimination.
And that justifies acts of terrorism?
Yes. I'd intended to use the new Metal Gear as a bargaining chip.
Bargaining chip?
But I underestimated.
Bah, je suis désolé, mais c'est pas clair.
He actually wants to challenge the Patriots, even if it means the destruction of the world.
Franchement, Raiden,
What are you saying?
Whether you believe it or not, the balance of power rests in the hands of the Patriots. They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses. Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function? Picture a massive political vacuum, a space that every powermonger will try to fill for their own greedy ends. I'm talking about an unregulated power struggle, panic, civil war, chaos. Like it or not, the Patriots is an organization that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind
Après, j'ai
because
jamais
you
vraiment
wanted to
compris
avoid
cette scène.
global chaos.
Exactly.
Des trucs, mais au bout de 20 ans, je cherche plus.
Disaster, he replied that pawns can never become players.
And who is this Solidus?
My predecessor, George Sears. That was the name the public came to know him by.
Il est paru chez les
I knew
Américains.
him by his code name, Solidus Snake. He was the third snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid, he was a well-balanced masterpiece that the Patriots saw fit to entrust with the presidency. However, he fell out of grace with the organization 4 years ago. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
4 years ago. Shadow Moses.
That's right. At the time, the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, together with certain influential parties, initiated the development of Metal Gear Rex and an advanced nuclear warhead. However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided on his own to send his most trusted man, Ocelot, to provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots. Shortly thereafter, Solidus was removed from the presidential office.
Et
I
voilà.
thought he resigned.
That's the story given to the general public. Following his resignation, the Patriots selected me, their new pawn, for the presidency.
But that would mean that the presidential race was...
That was quite a show, wasn't it? It was a well-scripted drama staged by the Patriots for the
Donc oui,
benefit
hein,
of the public.
2001,
Even the Democrats and
les
Republicans
théories
were
du
dancing
complot,
to the
ça n'existe
Patriots'
pas
tune.
vraiment encore.
Everything went according to plan, but
C'est
for
pas-
one exception.
C'est pas un jeu auquel tu t'adonnes
Following
tous les
his
jours.
resignation,
Encore.
Solidus' health was scheduled to fail him, bringing about his untimely death.
capped?
Correct. But before the Patriots could execute their plot, Solidus went underground with the help of Ocelot. As he avoided pursuit, Solidus gained control of Dead Cell, winning over Colonel Galukovich's outfit. From there, he bided his time, knowing that his opportunity would soon arrive.
What opportunity?
The completion of the new Metal Gear project, an opportunity that would even his odds against the Patriots. By stealing the Patriots' most valued project, he would be able to place them in a very uncomfortable position. It's the only chance he has for survival. Once he has the new Metal Gear, he'll declare war against the Patriots. Needless to say, he must be stopped.
Metal Gear is already operational.
No, not yet.
Hmm?
What you saw was Metal Gear Ray, hijacked 2 years ago from the Marines by Ocelot. That was not the new Metal Gear.
Then where's the new Metal Gear?
Right here.
What?
You're standing in it. To be more precise, this entire big shell facility is the new Metal Gear.
What'd you say?
No, I'm quite serious. The upper structure that you've seen is camouflage, designed to represent an offshore cleanup facility. The main structure extends from the foundation all the way down to the ocean floor. The connecting elevator is located on the B2 floor of the Shell 1 core. Arsenal Gear. That's the code name for the
Arsenal
new
qui...
Metal Gear.
Et là on discute.
Arsenal?
That's right. Arsenal. We're talking about an impregnable fortress carrying a load of over a couple of thousand missiles, including nuclear warheads, all protected by a horde of mass-produced Metal Gear Ray units.
Mass-produced?
The Ray unit was originally designed for the Marines to be used as a countermeasure against the Metal Gear variations throughout the world. The Patriots had Ray redesigned to protect the new Arsenal Gear.
So now anti-Metal Gears are guarding a Metal Gear.
Ironic, isn't it? That's not all. Arsenal Gear has full access to the military's tactical network, giving it the ability to exercise absolute control over our nation's armed forces, not to mention our nuclear armament. In short, Arsenal was created to be the core of our country.
What kind of idiotic weapon?
Weapon? No. You're not seeing the full picture. Arsenal Gear is more than just a military tool. It is a means to preserve the world as it is. It will establish a new form of control. The Patriots will use it to keep their place as the country's true rulers. Right now, they feel pressured and threatened.
By what?
They fear an overabundance of digital information. The world will drown in the coming flood of information, and they along with it. The Arsenal plans include a system to digitally manage the flow of information, making it possible to shape the truth for their own purposes. In short, the Arsenal system is the key to their supremacy.
The key?
Yes. The GW system is the Patriots' trump card. Arsenal Gear
Putain,
will be fully operational when GW is successfully integrated. Once operational, it will be a completely new form of power for the Patriots to wield. I had hoped to seize the project from them, so that I would be in a strong bargaining position.
Bargain for what?
I'd hoped to trade my way into their ranks. But Solidus preferred rebellion. Outer Heaven, his plan to unleash a nuclear blast over the skies of Wall Street to break the Patriots' control over the business community, is also a key factor in his offensive effort.
Outer Heaven?
Listen, there isn't much time. The football served as the key for activating Arsenal Gear. I've already input the necessary code sequence. It won't be long before GW begins to establish connections with other external systems, and Arsenal Gear becomes fully operational. Stop them before that happens. That is your role.
Là, on va commencer à rentrer dans les trucs
You've got to
compliqués.
find Emma Emmerich. She's the only one who can stop that thing once it's been activated.
Emma Emmerich?
She's the system programmer for Arsenal Gear. I believe she's somewhere on level B1 in the core of this building.
I thought the levels below
J'ai une
us were
mauvaise nouvelle.
flooded.
I'm sure they won't let her die just yet, as she's the only remaining programmer for this project. According to Ocelot, she was being held in a locker room located in the northwest part of level B1. Cut transmission and get moving.
Là, on va commencer à rentrer dans les phases compliquées du
This is
scénario.
card 4. It'll give you access all the way to Emma's location. Give this to her when you find her.
What is it?
A program for disrupting the control functions between GW and Arsenal Gear. Take Emma to the computer room on level B2, Shell 1 core. She'll know how to load the program into the main system.
A virus?
That's right, modeled after Foxdie, a biological weapon designed to selectively eliminate personnel with a specific genetic code.
But why do you have it?
The Patriots had it engineered as a failsafe, and Ocelot forgot to search me. You've got to hurry.
Là,
That
oublié.
disk is the only way you're going to stop Arsenal. Well, I've told you everything you need to know. There's only one thing that remains to be done. kill me.
What the?
There's no time to argue. The final check for my vital ID will start any second. If you kill me now, you'll at least prevent the nuclear strike.
Cut it out!
Do it! That's her role! Pull! No! Do it!
That's abusing your right to free speech, Mr. President. Or is it ex-president?
The
Un slot.
president! Why did you...
Toujours dans les bons coups.
Alas, my finger must have slipped.
Putain.
I'll see you around, carrier boy.
Forget him. He did us a favor. Without free will, there is no difference between submission and rebellion. My only real choice is to put an end to this charade. Let me at least have the freedom to end it myself.
What are you...
Tout ce que j'ai à dire.
Emma, stop Arsenal. This is my last order as your commander-in-chief. I'm counting on you.
Il est marre. Aïe 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 aïe. Tant de choses, tant de choses.
Colonel, the president is dead.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Ça se voit.
Where do we go from here?
Your mission was to rescue the president and eliminate the terrorist threat. However, given the recent turn of events, we will honor the president's last directive. You must put a stop to Arsenal gear once and for all.
Do you actually think there's any truth to his story about this big shell facility being a front for Arsenal gear?
I don't have the security clearance necessary to verify the facts. However, he was the president. I'm sure he knew what he was talking about.
Aren't you forgetting that he was
Franchement,
part of the terrorist
pas sûr.
plot?
All the more reason why I believe his information is reliable.
Huh?
We're talking about a man who chose to die rather than risk a nuclear holocaust. Thanks to his sacrifice, the Nuclear Launch Authority has shifted to the vice president, effectively eliminating the terrorist threat.
Colonel, when you put it like that, it almost sounds like I should have assassinated the president to eliminate the threat.
That was not my intention. I was trying to point out that there is certainly some credibility to the words of a man who chose death to protect the innocent.
The Colonel has a point, Jack.
What about the information he gave me on the Patriots?
That's a new one on me. I'll see what I can find out.
Lol.
Raiden, we're running out of time. Find Emma. She's supposed to be located on level B1 in the core of that building you're in, right? You've got to find her before Arsenal becomes fully operational.
Hurry, Jack.
Ouais, hein.
It's up to you to make sure that the president didn't sacrifice his life in vain.
Understood. Raiden out.
Bon, ils vont le turfu. Hein.
What's your status, Raiden?
Snake, the president, he's been assassinated.
What?
There was nothing I could do.
What about the nuclear strike code sequence?
He died before his vital
malheureusement.
ID could be reconfirmed.
Then the enemy's lost their nuclear strike capability.
But that Ocelot guy obviously killed the president on purpose.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense. They had to know that they couldn't launch the nuke if they killed the president.
Maybe there's a way to launch without reconfirming the vital ID.
Or maybe they found a more effective weapon within Arsenal gear.
You knew about Arsenal gear?
Yeah,
Why didn't you tell me about it?
you never asked.
Am I correct in assuming you also
Réponse de
know that the
connard.
big shell's a front for the project?
You mean, did I know that the Big Shell, a fully functional environmental cleanup facility, was designed to camouflage Arsenal gear? Yeah, I did. It's exactly what the President and Ames described, a massive cover story. The good news is that it hasn't really done much in terms of cleaning up the environment, so we won't have to worry about any toxic gas being released if we have to blow the house down.
Right. And when did you find out about all of this?
It took a while, but we uncovered the info around the time you took out that mad bomber. There's no doubt that Arsenal gear is being built here. Then it was all set up 2 years ago, on that day. All of it.
2 years ago. What really happened here?
Moi je sais, moi je sais. J'ai
I
tout
took
vu, j'étais
these
là.
photos 2 years ago.
I know these pictures. They were on the news, on several websites. If I remember right, the reporters blamed you for sinking the tanker.
That's right. Otacon, me, we were used.
We'd hoped that by going public with photos of the new Metal Gear, we could persuade the government. At least that was the plan at the time.
I've gone through VR training of the tanker mission before.
Yeah? Well, I doubt it accurately simulates the events of that mission. I'd infiltrated the dummy tanker to obtain proof that a Metal Gear was under development. Shortly after I made it aboard, an armed group led by Colonel Gerlukovich raided the ship and gained control.
Olga and Ocelot were among the raiding party.
Yeah, and him.
Who are you talking about?
A man that was supposed to be dead.
Liquid.
Their target was also Metal Gear Ray. But Ocelot eliminated Colonel Gerlukovich and Marine Commander Scott Dolph, and he hijacked Ray.
So he betrayed them?
I don't know what kind of deal was going down. All I remember is what Ocelot said at the time. Something like, "I'm taking it back."
Ocelot then sank the tanker, along with the soldiers of the Marine Corps.
How did you manage to get out?
Otacon managed to have a small boat ready for me.
That was the easy part. The tough part was not getting dragged down with a sinking tanker. Small miracle when you think about it. It turned out that the whole thing was a setup to lure us. Photos of Snake, taken by the Cypher, were released to the public. In turn, we became the world's most wanted environmental terrorists.
It was definitely a move aimed at putting a stop to our anti-Metal Gear activities.
But why did they choose Snake?
Since the Shadow Moses incident, Snake became sort of a hero.
Alors ça c'est les
I think
images
the Patriots weren't too happy about that.
de la vidéo qui t'explique le scénario au début.
Well, yes, to a certain degree.
It seems like everyone
Dans le
knows
vert.
about them except me.
They didn't choose Snake to be a
Personne n'a rien
hero.
dit.
So they decided to do a smear campaign.
I think the Patriots wanted to make an example of him so everybody would think twice before opposing them.
That's it! They set all this up just to nail you guys.
No, there's more to it than that. The Marines' Metal Gear Ray project, headed by Commander Dolph, was carried out in opposition to the Navy's Arsenal Gear project. To be more precise, the Patriots considered Metal Gear Ray to be a thorn in their side. Hence, they attacked the dummy tanker and stole Ray. They followed this up with a perfect plan. They immediately sent a fully loaded tanker to the same location and sank it. Then set up the facility to camouflage the development of Arsenal Gear.
And we fell for it. 2 more puppets in their show.
Ah oui c'est ça, ils ont quand même fait, les Patriotes ont quand même fait en sorte d'envoyer un tanker, un vrai tanker, pour faire croire à
Both
une
fell
catastrophe
victim to
naturelle.
Ocelot's plot.
Was Solidus behind all this? He used Ocelot to get hold of Ray, huh?
No, he was underground, keeping a low profile at the time.
Then it must be the Patriots.
If that's the case, what's Ocelot doing alongside Solidus?
Ah, ça c'est la vraie question.
Forget it. We're wasting time. We can figure this out later. The nuclear strike's been prevented, but Arsenal still has a massive payload of missiles to deal with.
2-3,
Right.
ouais.
If the opposition gets control of those missiles.
Raiden, you've got to find Emma.
Wait a second. Isn't Emma Emmerich?
My sister.
What's she doing here?
You got me. She's a computer whiz who specializes in neural AI and ultra-variable volume data analysis using complex logic. How she got involved in weapons development is beyond me.
Whatever her reasons, we need her in order to stop Arsenal.
Raiden, find her.
I'm on my way.
Let's go. Allons trouver la petite sœur. Bon voilà, gros bordel, hein, les patriotes, le tanker, ok j'ai loupé les munitions, trahison, surtrahison, double trahison, triple trahison, c'est la merde, globalement. On en est où là? T'as fait 4 heures, faudrait peut-être que j'aille me coucher un moment. Je pense que je vais faire le prochain boss. Ouais, je vais faire le prochain boss. Et après, on arrête. Et on reprendra un autre jour. Peut-être demain. Mais là, let's go boss. Qui n'est pas loin. Juste après toute cette phase, je me suis gouré. Quoi? Ah oui. Ah oui, les petits.
Raiden, are you reading me? This is Otacon. What's your situation?
Wet and miserable. This place is flooded. The seawater that's been pumped up is pouring into the building.
I see. Listen, there's something I have to tell you about EE.
Don't worry about her. I'll get her out.
She's afraid of water.
What?
Yeah.
Ah.
When she was 6 years old, she almost drowned with my father in our swimming pool.
She can't swim?
Well, yes and no. We used to swim a lot together when we were kids. In fact, she swam like a fish until that day when she almost drowned. When the accident happened, I was in my room. I learned later that EE was calling me for help. She didn't doubt for a minute that I'd be there. You could see the pool from my room, but I didn't realize at the time that she needed my help.
What were you doing?
I was...
So Emma survived the ordeal.
Yeah, but my father didn't.
So you blamed yourself and left your family.
No. EE seems to believe that was the case. The fact is, I betrayed her.
And you think she can't swim because of the traumatic experience?
I haven't seen her since that day, but yes, I think so. I got a letter from Julie, her mother, after they moved back to England. In her letter, she mentioned that EE couldn't swim anymore, that she refused to even wear a bathing suit.
Damn. If she still can't swim, we're in trouble.
Je confirme.
Level B1 in the core is pretty much flooded.
Look, maybe you can help her overcome the trauma.
You want me to help her get over it?
Well, it's still gonna take some time to repair the Kamov.
Sorry, kid. Emma's rescue is up to you.
Thanks. An underwater mission. Well, this is a first. Look, I'll see what I can do.
I suggest that you drum the map of the building into your head, because you won't have time to look at it when you try to bring Emma out.
I'm counting
En
on
plus,
you.
faut faire le psy.
I covered most of the
Exactement.
core when I had to take out the C4s. If there's anything you need to ask me, call me on the codec.
I'll do that.
Ah là là. Qu'est-ce qu'on demande pas de faire, hein? Sauver le monde, récupérer le président, tenir la main à une petite fille pour qu'elle puisse nager. Super. Super. Là, il me semble qu'il y a un truc ici. Non, si. Des munitions de M4, je m'en fous un peu. Une mine là. Oui, en plus, va falloir esquiver les mines. Hein. Parce que bizarrement, elle va pas apprécier se prendre des mines dans la gueule. Je sais pas pourquoi. Mais tu ouvres ça, s'il te plaît? Merci. Bah. Pourquoi? Aider. Ah bah oui, c'est normal, je me trompe de côté, je suis un connard. Tout va bien. Oh non! Notre copain mort. Ah, il est mort. Alors, petit passage là, ensuite on descend, on va sur le côté, on monte, on redescend, on passe là, ça c'est pour la respiration, et on va ici. Ah puis j'annonce la barre de respiration de Emma, ça va pas être la même histoire. Hein. On se sèche comme un chien. Bon eh bien, c'est parti.
Still ticking, huh?
Unfortunately, hell had no vacancies.
Ah mais putain. Bon, normalement il est plus blanc de corps. L'émulation. Désolé. Pardon beaucoup.
I thought so. Human muscles are quite eloquent. They speak out clearly what a person's next move will be. They even tell me which way a gun is going to be pointed before the trigger is pulled. But your muscles, they're different. This should be fun. Well worth the wait.
You knew I was coming?
You've become a nuisance. I can't let you interfere with arsenal gear. The girl is just ahead. She is of no use to us now. But she served us well as the live bait for the big catch. Crazy Ivan sometimes speaks the truth.
Emma's alive?
She was.
Le mec il dit ça
some time
comme si c'était
ago,
top.
but the
Genre,
flooding has
oh
become
merde,
quite serious. I wouldn't be surprised if she's
il est encore en vie,
alive
fais
now.
chier.
Did you really think killing the president would prevent a nuclear strike? Think again.
I didn't do it.
Arsenal is still armed with a purified hydrogen bomb.
Purified hydrogen bomb?
This is no ordinary nuclear bomb. This weapon is capable of heavy hydrogen nuclear fusion using lasers and magnetics to generate heat-insulated compression. It's a
Science.
top-secret project initiated by the current president, and Solidus has no idea of its existence. The clean thermonuclear bomb is at an experimental stage and is handled differently. Specifically, it becomes launch-capable when Arsenal is activated. A nuclear threat still exists. 6 months ago, we lost everything we believed in. We were abandoned to take the fall in their cover-up. We were labeled as killers, responsible for the mass murder of civilians as well as our own allies. And the public believed every word, turning a deaf ear to whatever we had to say to the contrary. Our only goal is to wipe them from the face of the earth and destroy this world of deceit they have created along with them.
You're insane.
Insane? We might be the only ones telling the truth.
Poète, poète, poète.
Final check for activating Arsenal has been completed. All Arsenal personnel report to your stations.
Well, it sounds like Arsenal's ready to go into operation.
Damn it.
You're still hoping that the girl can install that virus you're carrying around, aren't you?
You know?
Mec, va falloir que
It's a
t'habitues, hein. Tout le
shame
monde est au
you're
courant de
not going
tout
to be
sauf toi.
around
Hein.
long enough to hand her the program. That isn't seawater, you know. It's a byproduct of the microbes contained in the pool. Buoyancy is practically non-existent thanks to the high oxygen content. Once you fall in, you don't come up. Take a good look at your grave. Show me what you've got.
Let's go. Alors, petite phase Jean-Mich zombie, enfin vampire. Il faut lui tirer dessus quand il est hors de l'eau. Sauf que quand il est dans l'eau, on ne peut pas le toucher. Il a une jauge de respiration qui ne peut pas baisser de toute seule. On a donc la possibilité de lancer quelques grenades dans l'eau, ce qui permet, en explosant... Il est où? Il est là. Ah oui, il lance des couteaux qui sont visibles aussi et que tu peux dévier. Pas évident. Hop. On va y aller plus clairement. Voilà. Au moins, on est clair. Monsieur veut faire chier, et ben monsieur veut faire chier. Alors, faire attention quand même, parce qu'à un moment je vais perdre de la vie, si je continue. Il est pas évident comme boss. Surtout dû au fait qu'il lance des petits couteaux qui font chier. Merde. Hop. On switch. Est-ce que je vais l'avoir? Aïe. Non. Non. Et ça c'est l'erreur. On a dit, tu tombes dans l'eau, t'es mort. Je suis tombé dans l'eau. Je suis mort. Ah, il est monté. Allez, sors de là. Je l'arrête là. Faire attention avec les viser les couteaux. Meilleur moyen de te faire baiser. Oui, j'ai dévié un couteau avec un missile. Ça va. On fait ce qu'on peut, ok. Hop. Je me rends compte que je me rappelle quand même pas trop mal de l'os. Je me rappelle pas trop mal du jeu. J'étais trop souvenir. Pas dégueu. Ça sert à rien. Ça ne sert à rien. Je n'aurai pas le temps de lui faire perdre son oxygène. Attends qu'il aille dans l'eau, ce sera plus simple. Ah oui c'est vrai, il lance des couteaux. Il fait cette phase là aussi, j'avais oublié. Attention de ne pas retourner dans l'eau, ce serait très con. Il va ressortir. Mais bâtard. Putain. Qu'est-ce que je fais? Je prends le M4 et je me casse. Merde, je sais plus. Il y a des munitions. De toute façon, on va y retourner au RGB. Non. Merde, j'ai plus de munitions. C'était pas prévu. D'habitude je le fais au Stinger. J'ai plus de Stinger. Je crois que ça sert à rien de toute façon de le tirer dessus. Tu peux pas l'avoir comme ça. Ça sert à rien. Ah. C'est vrai que ça file ici. Ça file des munitions de RGB. Il est où? Il est où? Putain. Allez, retourne dans l'eau. On replonge dans l'eau, c'est camion. Voilà. Faut vraiment l'avoir en baisant sans oxygène. Est-ce que ça va suffire? Oui. Vite. Non. Vas-y. Putain, je me rappelle plus qu'il était pas évident ce boss. Ah non. Non. Non, 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 non. Putain. Putain. Oui, il bloque ton âme en mettant un couteau dans ton ombre. Tout va bien. Yes. Oh, oui, mais... peut-être un peu de fatigue aussi dans l'histoire. Je suis Godzilla. Bon, tous ces bugs graphiques m'énervent un peu. Je vais vérifier que ma PS3 fonctionne bien.
Colonel, they've
Et
apparently
le
completed the
MGS3,
final
je le
check
ferai sur la
procedure
PS3,
for
je pense.
arsenal gear.
Find Emma on the double. You've got to get her to install the virus program that the president gave you. When you find her, take her to the computer room on level B2
Ça m'énerve un
in
peu
the
tous
core of Shell
ces
1.
glitches.
Snake, did you catch all that? I didn't make it on time. Arsenal's going active.
Yeah, I heard. The hostage rescue's gonna have to wait.
I'm going after Emma.
We'll secure the computer room. Looks like we can't install the virus program without Emma.
Can't your partner do it?
I would if I could, but the security for this system is no joke. I need more time.
That's why we need her.
Understood. I'll make sure you have your family reunion. What's up?
A lot of years have passed between EE and me.
Then you should see her, right?
I don't have the right to see her.
We can talk about this later. Raiden, I think you'd better get moving. Emma's in the locker room to the north, right?
I'm on it.
Let's go. Non, c'est pas ça que je voulais faire.
Raiden.
Non. Je voulais sauvegarder. Voilà.
Jack,
Bon, on a bien avancé. Très bien avancé. Je pense que le prochain stream sera à la fin du 2. De ce qui reste à faire.
What is it?
I've always been alone.
Huh?
I'm so lonely.
Lonely. Rose, we've always...
Not always.
What do you mean?
You've never slept beside me.
What are you talking about?
After we've been together in my room, you stay awake all night, or you head for the door.
Is this really the time to bring this up?
Why, Jack? Why?
Listen, Rose, I'm right in the middle of a mission,
Je suis
and
en mission.
Why? Why can't you relax when you're with me?
Je dois sauver des gens.
The mission...
Why don't you open up to me?
Rose,
Arsenal Gear.
I just can't.
All I ever wanted was to share your dreams.
Non.
To spend a meaningful evening with you.
Non, vous
I
êtes
just
sûr?
wanted to find you by my side when I woke up. Is that asking too much?
It's the night. I'm scared of the night. It's got nothing to do with you.
Scared of the night? What's
Arsenal
that
Gear.
supposed to mean?
I can't relax when I'm
Potentielle
with
destruction du
someone.
pays.
Jack, you wouldn't even let me in your room.
I need privacy. I just can't be bothered.
Bothered?
Wrong word.
Non? Ok.
What I wanted to say was that there are certain things that I have to keep to myself.
Do you remember that time I forced my way into your room? We'd known each other for almost a year, and you blew up. It was the first time you ever raised your hand against me. I was so worried about you.
Look, I'm sorry.
Une bonne relation.
It
quoi.
wasn't your violent nature that scared me. It was your room, your heart.
Stop it.
There wasn't anything in your room. Only a bed and a small desk. It looked like a prison cell.
Rose?
No television set. No family pictures. Not even a poster.
Rose, I only use that room for sleeping.
A lifeless room. Almost like your empty heart.
That's why I tried to keep you out.
I thought I was beginning to understand you. Until I saw that room.
Would you have been happier if I had a picture of you hanging on the wall?
That's not what I was trying to say.
Enough, Rose. We'll talk about this later. After the mission.
Right. After the mission. I understand.
Ouais, il y a tout. Mais c'est compliqué. La phase rose, elle est compliquée. Elle va avec la fin. Elle va avec la dernière phase qui est expliquée, mais c'est vrai que
Hey Jack.
je vais re-sauvegarder hein, pour pas qu'on ait à nouveau cette sale ambiance. C'est expliqué avec la fin et en fait tu connais rien Raiden.
Jack.
Non, vraiment. Ouais, non, là par contre pas possible. Et le fait que Raiden il est pas aussi... En fait c'est ça, Raiden il a vraiment son utilité en tant que perso. C'est pour ça qu'ils ont fini. Lui, tu vois, le petit mec blond qui a l'air sans problème, machin. Il a, là dans pas longtemps on va avoir sa backstory, on va avoir... Ouais c'est ça, hey, salut, ça c'est bien. On a sa backstory plus tard et du coup tu comprends pourquoi. Ah putain, il est parti. Il est parti le cafard. Enfin. Au bout de 4h30. Donc il y a tout un truc, mais c'est vrai que c'est amené un peu... Mais alors, aussi, il y a quelque chose, c'est que je vais vite. Je vais vite, donc je sauvegarde pas. Et je parle pas, et je contacte pas au codec, et tout ça. Ce qui était un peu présent... Stillman, on appelle Stillman ? Ah, elle répond pas. Ce qui était un peu présent dans le 1, mais ce qui est présent là aussi, c'est que du coup j'ai pas toutes les interactions entre ces phases là. C'est-à-dire que là, la dernière fois que Rose je lui ai parlé, c'était à 45 minutes, c'était il y a 3 heures, pour dire je sauvegarde bonjour. Tu vois, normalement tu sauvegardes plusieurs fois, t'as plusieurs dialogues, machin. Là je passe de tout va bien à c'est le drama. C'est un peu le problème de faire le jeu en speed comme ça. C'est que du coup, il n'y a pas l'entre-deux. Là, t'es censé passer 10 heures entre ces deux phases-là et devoir faire 7 sauvegardes. Bon, oui, automatiquement, ça paraît un peu bizarre quand toi t'arrives et puis que c'est direct le drama absolu, quoi. C'est ça aussi qui fait. Mais c'est vrai que la phase Jack Rose, c'est toujours un peu... C'est un peu bizarre parce que... Tu sais pas trop ce que ça fout là. Tu comprends avec la fin, mais c'est vrai que c'est un peu complexe à justifier, on va dire, au départ. Ok, et ben on est bon. Je vais m'arrêter là pour ce soir. Peut-être la suite demain, ça va dépendre de la dispo de tout le monde ou pas. Je revois demain en fonction de ce qui est dit, ça dépend si je suis en forme aussi, parce que demain j'ai une grosse journée. Donc à voir. Vas-y, retombe dans Lost. Je vous tiens au courant, peut-être demain, si c'est pas demain, quoi qu'il arrive après-demain.